If you could change anything about the black community, what would you change?
Would probably emphasize more real knowledge about black history. One of the things I did before I was in full-time administration in schools, I taught black studies and I taught macroeconomics, U.S. history, that kind of thing. But in black studies, one of the things that's obvious is that many people just assume if you're born black in America, you know black history. Well, we teach U.S. history, and everybody that's in America, born in the United States, they don't assume I just know history. So there's a lot of misinformation that people have about the black American experience. Many people, when you say black, they think urban. Well, our experience, whether it's Africa or coming to this country, tended to be more rural first. But you don't hear people talk about black farmers. We have a connection to the land and the environment. George Washington Carver, his experience as a botanist, knowing the land and how to make things grow, those kinds of things. So just broadening our concept about what is being black. When I taught the course, that was the first question that the students had to prepare for on the final exam. What is being black? And so you start with that the first day of the first semester, knowing that on the final exam you had to answer that question. And I would start with that because you would hear students accuse other students, so-and-so ain't black, so-and-so. I said, okay, so what is being black? And then they would say, well, I don't know exactly. So you said somebody isn't. So now you got to figure out what is. So by the end of the semester, you now have to have a criteria of what is being black. And then now, all of my tests in that class were never true, false, multiple choice. It was always essay because I wanted people to think about it and write about it. But the true black experience is so deep. I don't know if you've heard of Cornel West. He's a professor at Harvard, and one of his first popular books was called Race Matters. And he's one of those people that people would consider a genius. The brother just shot. He got his fro, and he was on you don't get to stay up this late because you're in high school. It comes on 10 o'clock on BET, Channel 57, called the Monique Show. I like watching a lot of different shows just to see what goes on. He was on there the other night. Now here's a Harvard professor. 11th grade, you can stay up till 10:30. He's on there as a professor that's traveled all over the country, and this guy is so sharp. People just say he's deep. You know, when he's talking, you take out the dictionary because you got to look this up and look that up. He's on there, and then Parliament was the artist. Parliament came out with songs like P-Funk and stuff like that. They're playing their music, and he's up singing the words and dancing on the show. So you have, it was so exciting because you have people who don't realize that a part of the black experience, you can be a professor, you can be a Christian, you can be saved. And he's on there saying, I know the words to this song. Not only do I know him, he's up there, he's dancing, but that's a part of his life experience. So he's not limited to just what's in the textbooks that he's teaching from. And he's not limited, or he hasn't limited his life based on his faith, because the Bible doesn't say that you can't dance, you can't be happy, you can't enjoy life. So one of the things I would change or add to the black experience is to make sure that people appreciate the full richness of it, so that just because somebody black plays Beethoven, that people don't think they're not black, or just because somebody doesn't like Beethoven, maybe they like country music. It's more to us than just jazz, even though I love jazz, just to help people have that full richness so you don't get locked into, I can't do this because black people don't do that, everything that happens. And when I mentioned my high school experience, I never heard about black people not swimming and playing baseball until I came to Iowa. People said, I said, why'd you go out for baseball? Black people don't play baseball. You better catch up with Jackie Robinson and tell him, because he, Barry Bonds, they just made millions of dollars playing this game. But at my school, tennis, gymnastics, swimming, diving, cross country, every sport we did, every activity, the honor society, everybody in the honor society was black. A student with a 4-point. So when I went off to college, it never occurred to me that black people couldn't get all A's, because I had friends who did it all the time. That was the richness of the experience. I also had friends who, if you gave them an A, they wouldn't know what to do with it. They just, they just didn't take their studies serious. And I had friends who studied too much and take a break. So I saw everything. And so I would want people to have a full appreciation for the black experience in America. Not just black people, but black and white people to have their full experience.
Reverend, this concludes the interview. Thank you for your time. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to do the interview, and I hope that you learned something from it, and it encourages you to maybe have your own TV show, radio show, write a show, produce a show, or whatever it is that you want to do. Who knows, maybe you'll be on TV at 10 o'clock and people will be saying, how you doing? Stuff like that. So, I mention those shows because I think sometimes people assume that black preachers, that all we watch is gospel on TV, but I like to see everything so I know what are people thinking about. And there's a lot to learn from watching other things, so I hope to take full advantage of your education and I'll turn on the news and see you running for city council in Cedar Rapids, or the mayor, or running a bank, whatever it is you choose to do. So thank you and good luck. He got his fro, and he was on, you don't get to stay up this late because you're in high school. It comes on.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Well, have we